morning, everybody. Welcome to my little live stream. It is incredibly quiet this morning. There's a very calm breeze. We got the seagulls doing their thing in the distance. The waves are incredibly gentle after being very, very rough for the last week or so. There's literally no one on the beach. I can feel it in the air that everybody is still sleeping. Usually you don't hear this, maybe because the waves are crashing a lot louder that I don't know. It doesn't make it obvious that when you do these live streams in the morning, you're waking up your neighbors. But with that, I say good morning and cheers. You're looking at a guy that's very, very tired, very, very tired. I just woke up. I went fishing all day yesterday with my brother and my two kids, kind of celebrating the fact, that Pops has been gone 20 years. Celebrating life, man. So we went out on a boat. We were around Shelter Island. We were catching porgies. We were swimming in the middle, jumping in. It was like 30, 40 feet of water. We're catching sand sharks, porgies. We caught a couple spot fishes, which are kind of rare for Long Island. They got a little spot on their gill. We caught a kingfish, which is very, very rare. And one fluke. Got home around 10 o'clock last night and then had dinner, then went to bed, and then woke up only a mere 15 minutes ago. My God, but what a day we had. We had such a good day. Big fireball in the sky to my right. Should be lighting up this scene in about 15 minutes. So with that, I say, hi, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. I really feel like I got to whisper through this live stream. I didn't realize that like the waves really drown out my stupid voice in the morning. What's up, Nick? How are you? Good to see you, buddy. So this is maybe some ASMR for all the people out there that get off on the ASMR. Maybe I'll take a comb through the sand this morning and get the tinglies going. I don't get the ASMR, but people certainly enjoy it. What's up, Thomas Christie? Hey, Hope. Good to see you streaming, bro. Yeah, right on, man. We stream every morning from this fine deck way out east on Long Island as I continue to live my life in isolation. What's up, John? Good morning. Good morning, Scott Watson. How are you, buddy? I hope the drop-off went well. Scott Watson, one of my friends who lives up the river. Dropped his daughter off at college. Oh my God. Did you go to the gift shop? You probably went to the gift shop. You know, when you drop a kid off at college, you got the feels. I'm sure Scott Watson got the feels, but he's a big Army guy. So he has to live his life like a tough guy. But I bet you had some feels, Scott. Dropping his daughter off at college for the first time, and then you march into the bookstore and you're sad, and what do you do when you're sadness? You buy everything. I bet you got school logos all over the place now, hats and sweatshirts and t-shirts and mugs. Did you buy the pennant? I hope you didn't buy the pennant, but good to see you, my brother. I hope it went well for real. You know that. What's up, Chris Marks? Morning, Gail. Good morning, John Quartz. Good morning, Open Squad. What a morning! It is insanely nice out here. This is what I live for right here. You wake up in the morning, 5:30. You beat all the farmers. You beat all the people that are like holding up a leash because your dog's off the leash and at the end of the day when no one's around where your dog can't bother anybody, but you got one of those people holding up a leash. Because I don't know, man, there's some kind of rule out here, but not really. I mean, all the locals, we understand when it comes to later in the day, later in the afternoon, you let your dog off leash, let him sniff some heinies, lick some pee and do his thing. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, Shelter Island. That's Dominic Barber's territory. Oh my God, was I in Dominic Barber's territory? That's just crazy. Eileen, wow, 20 years already. Yeah, 20 years ago, yesterday, my daddy said, it's time to take a Pasadena and see what's next. and he left his body, and I laughed because we were talking about this. So we had the choice to see our pops die. We're like, yeah, might as well. What else we doing? Starbucks isn't open yet. So we went to the hospital. We were in the room when my dad had passed. And the one thing I'll say, and it's hard to explain, but my dad's breathing, not breathing. And then all of a sudden, I wanted out of that room immediately because what I was looking at was not my daddy anymore. And most people would go, well, it's because he died. No, I get that whole part. But the essence of what made my dad, him, left that room immediately when he died. Some would say it's your soul. Who knows? But yeah, that was 20 years ago yesterday. Hugo, good morning, buddy. How are you? How is everybody? It's just that this is a quiet one. I'm not going to lie to you. We had a wild one yesterday with Jackie the Joke Man, and today I'm just feeling pretty peaceful. It's pretty easy to feel peaceful when you got this very gentle breeze, very gentle waves. I'm going to be on a paddle board later today out in that water. I can't wait. Good morning, GH. Looking cold over there. It's a little cold, Jedi Grind. You can feel it. Fall is starting to take a peek. Fall is starting to take a peek. It's looking around a little bit. It's like, all right, I'm taking a peek. I'll be taking over this territory soon. I'll be back in another week or two, but I'm going to take a peek today. The other thing you notice is like there's less and less people out here by the day because like Scott Watson, you got a lot of the first wave of people leave because they got to go back to college. So you're definitely feeling that. And then you got the a-hole schools that, they want to start the school year like now. And like, now? No, we don't do that. We start school in September. So you're feeling that too, absolutely. But Jedi, Jesus, $10. Good morning, GH. Looking cold. Yeah, it's definitely a little chilly. I was going to put on my woolly, but I didn't feel like having to hear about it from Scott Watson for the next 2 weeks. I might still put it on. How about that? And all right, maybe I should have combed my hair this morning. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need somebody to love the whole day through. Thank you, here, B Rabbit. I love my Neil Young. Nice hoodie. Yeah, right on, man. When I was all right, you had to say it though. When I was famous, people would give me stuff all the time. And this is a fine clothing line out here on Long Island, and they used to give me everything, woolies and shirts and towels and hoodies, all with the logo that looks like a map of Long Island, but it also looks like a fish, which I think is damn cool because here on Long Island we love our fishing. That's for sure. What's up, Andy Vollen? How are you, Andy? Slept with the windows open last night. I also know that we're about 2 weeks away from turning that damn air conditioning off and just opening up all the windows for the last week or two out here. That'll be glorious. Scott Watson, you got all new. You did get all new gear. I hear it all the time. Parents drop their kids off at college. It's a brutal thing. It's one of those things you got to do. You got to say goodbye to your youngins, and then you're so sad, and a lot of parents are crying and whatnot, and they march into the store, the college store there, and they buy everything. and then you drive home with the college colors like a goofball. You got your hat and your hoodie on and everything else. Oh, that's hilarious. Right on, brother. You're a good dad. Paul, what's up? $1.99. Thank you, buddy. I greatly appreciate this, Paul. Part of the $100 club and gives me $1.99 every morning. I'll be honest, man. I left like early afternoon yesterday to meet my brother, and I have no idea what's going on in the world, and it kind of feels good. It kind of feels good to take a break from all the nonsense. Army guy, what the fuck? He's Marines. All right, Scott. All right. Sorry. I know Marines, the Marine guys, they don't like being called just Army guys. I get it. I'm sorry. This is what I was worried about today. Richie Rich with who the man, 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 who the man. By the way, when I go who the man, 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 it's because I'm thinking, who is the man? I'm gonna give it to who the man today. Wow, I don't even know who's in the news. I think Richie Rich, I want to give who the man to my daddy. I want to give who the man to my daddy. Lived a life, did right by his kids, did right by his wife. Yeah, let's just give it to my daddy. Who the man? My daddy is the man today. Opie looks like the old man from the Giver book. No, I don't. Go try hard somewhere else, you dope. GB RoboDoc. Good morning, GH Squad. Good morning. Morning, Brad. How are you? Vincent Scaramuzzo. Kids sports cut the summer in half. Good for me, bad for sports parents. Yeah, man. I'm lucky. My kids didn't really get into the sports. They're more like on the creative side. And I'm like, you sure you don't want to play a sport? And they kept saying no, and no. And I grew up an athlete. I'm like, well, that's too bad. I guess that means we get to spend the entire summer at the beach, the entire summer, not looking at a sports schedule going, oh my God, we got a game on Wednesday night at 5. So then you have to pack up everything to do sports in the summer. No, and no. There you go. This is weird. I really feel like I got to whisper today. It's really strange. Any killer whales about? I swear to you, this is perfect weather for whales. I will let you know if there's a splash, and we'll try to focus in on it. We see whales definitely. I haven't seen as many whales this summer, and now I'm going to go too inside for a second, but just bear with me. There's something called bunker pods, and they pretty much feed the ocean. They're a very, very oily fish. No one eats them at all, and they run in schools by, no joke, the millions. The schools are so packed. When you're on a boat and you drive by a bunker pod, you almost can't see the water. There's so many fish just crowded in these bunker pods, and these bunker pods definitely feed a lot of the ocean, and that's what brought the whales back to Long Island, these huge bunker pods. But this summer, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing bunker pods. You'll see it up and down the shoreline. They'll be jumping, and the water will just be bubbling like this. And then they'll start spraying, meaning the bunker will just start jumping out of the water, because there's like sharks and whales and bluefish and everything else trying to feed off them. And I haven't seen a lot of the bunker pods. Usually, like this time of year in August, oh my God, it's like it's as far as the eye could see. You can see these bunker pods. And I got to ask Chris why there's way less bunker pods this summer, and certainly that brought the whales back. And because I haven't seen the bunker pods, keep saying bunker pods. Oh, why don't you just name the episode Bunker Pods? That's why I think I'm not seeing as many whales this summer. GB RoboDoc. 5 years ago, I dropped my daughter off at college. Today, she wakes up to work at the same company as I do, helping robots take over the world. Oh, damn, she's doing the robot thing? Hey, you idiots. No offense, GB RoboDoc, but I've watched a couple documentaries on robots. Is that my phone? Oh, my God. Hold on. I don't want to wake up the house. Oh, that's my alarm. I literally never sleep to my alarm, but I don't want to wake up the house. Sorry about that. The question I got for you robot people, I've seen a couple documentaries, and the experts, the guys, where is it? Japan, I think. They basically talk about how the technology is so scary that they make a living with the robotics and the robots, and they basically have been trying to tell the world we got to stop. We got to stop with the robots. It frightens them what they know and what robotics and AI and robots are capable of if we continue moving forward. So my question today to GB RoboDoc: are you programming the robots in a way where when they start taking over the world, right? When the machines turn on us, where there's some kind of face recognition where they recognize you because you were the one that helped them get to this place where they are now turning on human beings? That's my question today. That's a deep, deep question for you today. Hope, did your dad ever give you a bare bottom spanking growing up? Bro, I'm not feeling you, man. We're not feeling you. So you're not part of our group. You got to go bye-bye. I'm not feeling you. I don't know what you're trying to do, but we're not feeling you. Sorry, but he did give us material. Like I'm one of the last generations where parents beat the shit out of their kids. I didn't really get the shit beat out of me, but talking about like getting hit and stuff for doing stupid shit and being a parent, I can't. Look, every time I bring this up, I'm talking to people, and look, can I just say this? I turn this stupid thing on every morning, and I say all sorts of insane things. I don't need you to agree with me. It's just my mind at work, just trying to spew crap out to the world, to the little world we have. So when I say like I am so against spanking your kids, I know there's probably parents in here right now that do that. If it works for you, fine. For real, fine. For me, it's kind of weird if your kid is acting up and they look up at you with those in my case those baby blues, and then you beat the shit out of them to teach them a lesson. It kind of makes it awkward moving forward when all of a sudden maybe a half a day later you go, hey, you wanna play a little wiffle ball? I could pitch the ball into you. So it didn't work for me. I remember growing up, it's like you would get hit for something, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I was thinking of making cookies. Would you like some cookies? I'm gonna bake some cookies now. And you're just like, yeah, go F yourself. I hate you. I hate your guts. But with that said, they hit us with everything they could find. The Hot Wheel tracks. In my house, you had to go outside and get your own stick. You get your own stick for your beating. And of course, only the stupid ones in my family would come back with a stick that would hurt. So I used to come back with tiny little twigs, and then my mom would burst out laughing. And, and then at that point, she's like, oh, here's a couple taps. Just go outside, you daffy bastard. Get out of my hair. Tell us a Howard story, though. No, man. No, it's so funny. Like, recently on this, the people out there are just exhausting. They really are. They're phonies. They just don't see things. Well, they see things how they're supposed to be meant, but they ignore that, and they use this crap to spin it and throw their hate at you. So recently someone popped on here and said Howard Stern is retiring in December. They really believe he's retiring in December. So I obviously went off and did a Howard Stern little rant and talked about it a little bit. And because of that, I'm obsessed with Howard Stern. I'm not obsessed with Howard Stern, but when it comes up on my live stream, I'm certainly going to take the opportunity to talk about that idiot. So with that said, I'm going to do a Pasadena on Tell Us a Howard Story. So I don't have to deal with the idiots later. Now, they don't influence me, but I just don't feel like telling us a Howard story today. Opie's the man. He the man. He gave who the man to his dad. Yeah, I gave who the man to my daddy. My daddy had a rough life, man. A really rough life. the only reason that I get to live a life is because, his high school sweetheart, his first wife, died of a very rare kidney disease that is more or less treatable nowadays. People don't die from it as much, but back in the day, it was a death sentence. So my dad, he lost his first wife. She was only like, man, I don't know, 25, maybe 26, somewhere around there. And he also lost two kids to crib death. And then he met my mama. And my mama had some mental issues and ended up having 6 kids with her, and never, ever, 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 ever gave up on my mom. Even the last thing he did on earth was trying to take care of my mom. They're both in a horrific car accident, and my mom is bleeding pretty bad. She obviously survived the accident. She had some broken bones and whatnot. But my dad was quickly bleeding out inside. He had internal bleeding, and he took his handkerchief, his old man handkerchief. There was a generation, I don't know, kids, if you know this, but there was a generation of fellas that carried around a snot-ridden handkerchief. And I guess as soon as the old guys put the handkerchief back in their pocket, I guess magically that cleaned the handkerchief, because my dad, he would throw his handkerchiefs in the laundry for sure, but it wasn't a daily thing, that's for sure. So after the car accident, my dad, he took out his handkerchief to wipe the blood off my mom's face. And then he gave all his info as he walked himself to the ambulance, and then he dipped into a coma a mere, I don't know, hour later, because he had internal bleeding. My daddy was the man for real. But that old man handkerchief, oh my God. If we were crying, he would pull out his old man handkerchief and wipe our tears away. If he had a honker that he had to get out of his nose, he would with his handkerchief. Used it for everything. And then put it in that pocket, and I guess that magically that cleaned his handkerchief. Oh, the old man pocket. Remember the old man pocket? You guys had grandpas. We don't do this. You have the t-shirt with the one pocket, with the one breast pocket, and then it was like a mini toolbox. Remember, they would put like some kind of a cardboard thing in their one pocket, in their one breast pocket, and then the cardboard allowed them to make it into a mini toolbox. They could put all sorts of little things in there. Does anyone else remember this? Oh my God. But thank you, Sound Acre Studio. I greatly appreciate you. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, $5. Thank you. Opster, have you heard of the killer whale, who killed 3 people while in captivity? Why couldn't Ron have been a SeaWorld employee? F Jackie. Oh my God, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit is going all in. Yeah, the killer whales, we learned over the years, were very angry. It turns out they really didn't want to be in those tanks for our enjoyment. So every chance they got, they killed human beings. And then what? Well, it killed a trainer down there in Orlando at SeaWorld, so we put him to death. Dude, man, let's change some rules. New rule. Right, Bill Maher? New rule. Here's my new rules. They're more fun than stupid Bill Maher. What a fuddy-duddy. Ugh. New rule. Here's my new rule. If a zoo animal, especially, kills a human being because you were stupid enough to stick your arm into the cage, and then some angry ass gorilla is now yanking your arm off your goddamn body and trying to hit you with it, and you bleed out and die, we don't kill the animal. How about that? When an animal's doing what it's supposed to do, then you don't kill the damn thing. Matter of fact, you make it a star attraction at the zoo. Remember the guy that reached his arm in the cage and the gorilla yanked it off and the guy bled out as the gorilla's hitting him over the head with his own arm? Well, there he is. For an extra $10, we'll remove the curtain so you can see the gorilla. But I never understood when an animal gets angry, then they have to put the animal down. No, the animal's just trying to fucking be free. What's wrong with that? You also have to spend a small fortune on the kids if they have sports hobbies. Oh, I know, man. I know. Bad Luck Bart, where have you been, Bad Luck? I remember you. I feel like I could start talking a little louder, but I mean, no one is up. Oh, there's somebody with a doggy. Oh, no, that's a volleyball net. And my eyes are still good. I swear to God. I just looked down the beach. I don't want to move my camera because you won't really be able to see it like I'm seeing it right now. Excuse me. It looked like a guy with his arm way out, with the leash. It's pulled as far as it can because the dog is sniffing on some seaweed or something. I thought that's what I was seeing, but it's actually one end of the volleyball net. All right, Opie, I was a victim of reverse racism at a Macon, Georgia Wendy's. I've got the upper management in quite a tizzy as they're black. I could be in for a windfall. Any apartments for sale? Congratulations, I guess. Bad luck, Bart. Good luck with that. All right. E-Rock feeds off a bunker. Wait, E-Rock feeds off of bunker pots. Oh, my. We went there. Milt Miranda went there. My God. Glad it was your alarm. The thought, Kerry thought her 15-month was waking up, but it was just my phone going off. Yes. All right, even with a kill switch, we're back to robots. Thank you, Jason Marshall. Even with the kill switch, someone will figure out how to override it and have a robot army. A robot army would rock. That would rock. I want a robot army. All right, GB RoboDoc is back. Always program a kill switch. Always program a backup kill switch. And sometimes with robots, it's best to program a super secret third kill switch. Oh, my God. I don't even know if you're joking. Yeah, the kill switches. But don't the robots start figuring out the kill switches? And they go, nah. We're not using any kill switches anymore. Nah. John Quartz giving me $5. Thank you, John Quartz. When Facebook designed chatbots to negotiate with one another, the bots made up their one way of communicating, their own language. This was in 2017. Is that true? See, this is the thing. This might be too deep for a lot of people, and I get it because, we're human beings and we think we just kick ass. And in many ways, I guess we do kick ass. But we're restricted by our language. That's why if you get into like mind-altering stuff, let's just put it that way, and mind-altering stuff could be a lot of different things, including meditation. And when you could start like being in a space where the restrictions of human language are kind of gone, you understand how amazing the universe is, man. And the problem with AI and technology in general is that it's going to surpass our understanding because all we have is human language. And the intelligence of this dumb, stupid universe behind us, I think, is infinite. The intelligence and what you can accomplish. And the problem is we're in a box with human language and understanding. Like, this is us. And then that's how far it actually expands. And that's what's scary about AI and the rest, because eventually they're programmed for human language and they're like, oh, this is cute. Look at their silly little dumb language. What do they know? How many words do we actually know? Not many. I know there's a ton of words out there, but most of us barely use a small percentage of them, and then the AI and everything. They're going to start communicating in ways where we can't even comprehend or understand, because it's going to go way outside the parameters of human language, and that's why we all should be very, very frightened, very, very frightened. Just like John Quartz is saying, they made their own language. They're like, your human language is stupid. Well, who invented this? This is cute. But you know what? You know what they're doing on other planets? All right, that was probably a little too deep. I'm sorry. But you understand that a little bit when you're deep in meditation and you see stuff and you have experiences that you truly feel that you can't describe in human language. I know that sounds crazy. I understand that. I'm going to move on now because it's getting a little trippy in here, man. You got hit with a log when you were a kid, Scott Watson? Well, that explains a lot. Is that why you walk around with a club, Scott Watson? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My friend Scott Watson walks around with a killer club, and I think he got it in Iraq or something. We try not to ask Scott Watson what he's done with his club, but he doesn't leave the house without. Let's see. He doesn't leave the house without a club and all sorts of other things. Let's just put it that way, Mr. Watson. Yeah, but we had to grab our own crap to get to get hit. It was crazy. Matt Lynch, love you, Hope. I hate the phoniness in the world nowadays. Oh, holla, 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 holla. I agree with you, man. Catching any fish? Yeah, yesterday I was on a boat. I only go on a boat to fish, I don't know, maybe a couple times a summer. For like a recreational fisherman, it's kind of fun. You get on a boat, you're guaranteed to catch stuff, a lot of stuff. We caught no less than we were fishing for, I don't know, like 3 hours, and we caught no less than, man, I don't even know, like 12 or 15 porgies, 3 dogfish / sand sharks, 1 fluke, I think it was 1 actually, 1 spot fish, which I'd never seen in all my years living on Long Island, but it's a fish that has a weird ass spot on one of its gills, and a kingfish. And there was a few others in there, but yeah, we caught fish. But when you're fishing on a boat, and we were around Shelter Island for the locals, you're not guaranteed to catch anything like where you're like, holy crap. I mean, you're going to get a lot of hits on your rod, and that's fun. But it's going to be rare that you're going to be pulling in a striped bass that you could keep and cook on your grill, or a bluefish, or a fluke that's of official size, a keeper as we like to call. But yeah, we caught fish. It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. F. Howard, hell yeah. I invented retiring for attention, Robin. It's a scare. So, I'm not gonna lie. Over the years, Opie and Anthony, we played it a little bit, but this Howard Stern plays it he's been retired. He's been talking about retiring for 20 some odd years. And what would he be retiring from at this point? I was, I had we had to take the dog to the vet for his summer checkup. Right. And, I was listening to, okay. I don't know why I have to give like specific details, but after the vet, we went to the supermarket to get some stuff, and I had to stay in the car with the dog. So I'm like, what is this Howard up to this summer? I need to know. And I listened for my wife was in the store for at least a half hour. I'm like, I just listen the whole time. What is this? And it's like, I guess his channel in the summer is like best of for the entire summer. Like they're playing stuff that is like 10, 15 years old. And it's just like, why can't this guy just turn on something from his house like I do and give his fans an hour of babble every day? So in the end, what would he be retiring from is my question. If you barely do any shows to begin with, you take the entire summer off, what are you retiring from? Because anyone that went into like radio, we never thought this was a job. You just got fired one day. No one gets to retire in radio. You just get fired. I literally don't know one person in radio that actually got to retire. They either died because there's a lot of, a lot of alcoholics and drug abusers in radio, or they just fire you. No one gets a retirement party in radio. And I wouldn't want that anyway. My God. But the question is, what is Howard really retiring from? Because I was listening yesterday and it was all just old junk. And it was like a half hour to 40 minutes of just old junk. And there was a time, oh God, is this too inside? I hate when I go too inside, but maybe some people enjoy it. But there was a time, what I'm doing right now was completely impossible. You could have just broadcast. There's a broadcast from your home. You needed all the equipment of the radio station. And over the years, like I would feel, hey, I want to do an extra show this year, this week. I'm bored. And so like I would go into a radio station and do an extra show. Not a lot, but I did it from time to time. But you had to go into the radio station. You had to travel. You had to get there. You had to talk to the bosses. Who's on the air? Can I bump them? Because I want to just do a special quick 3-4 hour show. And it would be a whole big deal to get that done. So in those days, when you had, let's say, you built up where you could work 4 days a week or take a lot of time in the summer, it was impossible to do this. But what is stopping Howard from having a quick little setup where he just does a quick little hour? It takes nothing. Just imagine what this would look like and sound like if I actually had producers and everything running around and handing me stuff that I could work off and characters coming and going. This is just me. I'm a one-man machine. I think Howard at this point could do a one-man machine thing where it's a quick setup and he says hi to his huge fan base that kept him going all these years. Always sounded like you and your dad had a great relationship. Always sounds like a great man. Yeah, man. I had a good relationship with my mom too, but my dad was incredibly cool, incredibly nice, incredibly loving, really gave a shit about everybody around him. He sacrificed his own life to make everybody happy around him. And then my mom made it all about her. So I got that. No, she was more than that. That's not fair. But that was a big part of growing up, Let's keep mom calm. Who is this? Miss Dead Shark. All right. Hey, Ope, are there any more Real Rock TV episodes that you can release? Thanks. Oh, yeah. The problem is when you're a one-man machine, I got a whole list of things I want to do, and I can't get to all of them. I was starting to upload some of the Real Rock TV shows. It was basically the Opie and Anthony show up there in Boston. We had to do it with the rest of the radio station because they didn't want to tell those guys that they sucked. And the whole station is Opie and Anthony. Everyone knows it's Opie and Anthony, and maybe a little Ozone and a little Rocco. And I was uploading them, but then I just don't have time. I'll try to find time and put some more of that stuff up there. All right. How is it going at the Ocean Opster? Oh my God, it's just glorious. I'm hoping the wind just stays like this, nice and calm. You need a little breeze. We got the little breeze. We got the American flags as far as the eye could see this way. And this way, not so much. It's kind of like this sums up my political views perfectly. To my right are American flags as far as the eye could see. And for the most part, if you see an American flag, it's a conservative, it's a Republican. We all know that by now. And then this way, there might be, I see two. I see two that way, and I see as far as I can see, I see at least 10 to 12 flags this way. And I'm right the fuck here, leaning a little towards the flags, leaning a little towards the right. That's exactly where I sit politically, which is so weird. You could tell these are all the snowflakes down here. Further you go that way, there's more and more snowflakes. They're the assholes. Well, this is a guy. All right, I'll leave with this. A little hometown gossip, a little small town gossip. There's a guy that way that's gonna get a talking to and possibly a beating from me. because he was dog whistling my wife yesterday because our dog was off leash and he was losing his mind. So he's got to get a talking to. There you go. I'll just say a talking to. The other part, you can't admit that in public. Hell no. And then you have a cop come to your house, and they're like, all right, why did you do? Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I did that. And then you got to work it out with the local cops. That's kind of a bummer. Oh, believe what you want, man. Is that real? Maybe it is real. Maybe it's not. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. Bad luck bar. If you think a snot rag is nasty, ask your bar owner friend about bar towels. Oh, I was a bartender. And, we thought we were kids and we thought it was hilarious to do bar rag shots at the end of the night. I know about the bar rags, trust me. And we used to wring them out. We would wring them out and do bar rag shots. So it would be every liquor you could imagine. Maybe a little puke in there because someone's puking at the bar. Yeah, it keeps everybody honest. But I know about the bar rag. Oh, God, yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Oh, no, I'm not going. Holy shit. Ken Mosca just gave me $20. He gave me $20. Holy crap, man. If I make another $20, maybe I'll warm up this coffee and we'll continue today. Hi, Opie. Best flounder season down here in a long time. Really? Ken, where are you again? You're down the Jersey Shore, right? Flounder. Here's the problem with catching flounder and fluke. What's the problem? I'll tell you, they're a nightmare to get the hook out of. When you're fishing, you want to remove that hook and you want that nice and easy, but the fluke, they snap. They're flat. Fluke and flounder are flat fish, right? And the fluke, their mouth is like this, the hook's in it, and they can open their mouth this wide and they snap really quick. They want to bite the shit out of you. And you're sitting there, you want to communicate with the fish and go, yo, I'm trying to take care of you. If I don't take this hook out of your mouth, it's going to be a nightmare because you're going to be back in the water with a hook hanging out and you're going to have to wait for that bastard to rust out. But that's what I don't like about fluke fishing and flounder fishing. Getting the hook out is a pain in the ass. And the fluke have teeth and they will rip your fingers apart. And you won't even see the bite. That's how quick they are. Oh, my God. But Ken Mosca, I meant to tell the people out there, Ken Mosca is another person who's part of the $100 club who has pretty much funded my live stream. Those are the guys funding this stuff. That's why I want to acknowledge them. Ken Mosca is part of the $100 club. He's way up there, actually. He's way up there. Thank you, Mr. Mosca. And I'm happy you're having a good flounder season. Hump Day Wednesday. The rest of the week goes really fast. I hope yes. Hey, Andy, you want to do the live stream? Maybe tomorrow? I'll DM you. I want to see what's in your crazy head this week. If you got anything, then let's do a little of this tomorrow. And then I think I got Pat Duffy coming on very, very soon to talk about his trip to Niagara Falls. Yes. All right. Can we start going? Thank you, Ken Mosca. You know what? Let me do a quick thank you. Let me go all the way. All right, let's do this. Jedi Grind, $10. Thank you very much, Jedi. Paul, $1.99, like clockwork. Every day, Paul's giving me $1.99. I even said, Paul, you don't have to give me $1.99 every day, but he is. Thank you. GB RoboDoc, he can afford it. He's building robots. 5 years ago, he dropped his daughter off at college and he gave me a $5. Thank you. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, just a soldier. Thank you, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Another guy, by the way, that's part of the $100 club right here, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. And then John Courts, it goes without saying, down there in Philly. And then this new person, Miss Dead Shark, thank you for the $5. And then we wrap it up with the Ken Mosca, just throwing a 20 like it's nothing. Dude guy just said, well, here's a $5 on your way out. Thank you, dude guy. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, can we go now? We're gonna go. Patrick Duffy, question mark? Yeah, Pat Duffy. All right, guys, thank you. Sorry, this one was a little whispery, but honestly, when I first woke up, I was like, it was so damn quiet. It was so quiet. So quiet. I was hoping that we would see the deer. Behind me on that dune, we got a family of 5 or 6 deer. We live among the deer, so you know. So for you hunters out there, I guess do your thing, but I can't imagine doing it. We got tiny little deer that are walking around with the mama and the papa on the top of that dune every morning. I'll make a video of that too, I'm sure. All right, I'm going. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely day. We'll talk soon.